To the HEB Center at Cedar Park. By the way, the newly named since July HEB Center at Cedar Park as Bellator MMA makes the trip to Austin. Great to be back in the Lone Star State. Last time we were here, we were in Hidalgo. For those of you that follow us now, great to be in Austin, of course. Hey, tomorrow night, some logistics. Doors will open at 5:30. First fight inside the Bellator cage, 5:50 p.m. We'll go live on Spike for the main broadcast, 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. For those folks joining us in the live stream, we welcome you as well. We're in the concourse area here at the HEB Center at Cedar Park as we get set for the official weigh-ins here in just a couple of moments. Tomorrow night's action, we're going to actually end it with a main event, a clash between Cheick Kongo and the Hulk Tony Johnson. We'll also welcome back the two-time two-weight class world champion Joe Warren and Lubbock, Texas' very own Derek Compos will be on the card as well. Kicking it off, first fight of the night, so do not tune in late. That's a surging Derek Compos, by the way. In just a moment, we'll have your fighters up on the scales. Behind me, Dasha and Mercedes, the lovely ladies from Bellator MMA. Ladies, welcome. Clay Goodman will be officiating and oversee the weigh-ins for today. Clay, thank you very much. And with that, let's bring your fighters to the scale to do so. One half of the broadcast team, as always, commentator, please welcome Mr. Jimmy Smith.
Thank you so much. We're going to start with our preliminary fights. Of course, check them out on spike.com. We start out with an amateur lightweight fight, 155 pounds. It's Lance Taylor versus Kalin Cannon, first to scale, fighting out of San Antonio, Texas. Please welcome Lance Taylor. $155.9 for Lance Taylor. And his opponent, fighting out of Houston, Texas, please welcome Kalin Cannon. $153.9 for Kalin Cannon. Let's give it up for him. They'll be kicking off the show. Lance Taylor versus Kalin Cannon, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, the featherweights, 145 pounds. Armando Villarreal versus Tommy Burghardt, first to the scale, fighting out of Austin, Texas. Please welcome Armando Villarreal. Making his pro debut. $135.9 for Armando Villarreal. And his opponent, fighting out of Austin, Texas, please welcome Tommy Burghardt. Also making his pro debut. $133.8 for Tommy Burghardt. Let's give it up for Armando Villarreal versus Tommy Burghardt, ladies and gentlemen. Next up in the lightweight division, 155 pounds, it's Jonathan Taylor versus Shawn Clements. First to scale, fighting out of Houston, Texas. Please welcome Jonathan Taylor. Making his pro debut. 153.5 for Jonathan Taylor. And his opponent, fighting out of Austin, Texas, please welcome Shawn Clements. $154.6 for Shawn Clements. Both making their pro debut. Jonathan Taylor versus Shawn Clements. Give him a hand. And next up, a fight in the featherweight division, 145 pounds. Mark Dickman versus Daniel Pineda. First to scale, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Please welcome Mark Dickman. A record of 11-2, 7 wins by knockout, 3 by submission. $145.5 for Mark Dickman. And his opponent, fighting out of Houston, Texas, please welcome Daniel Pineda. Record of 21-12 as a pro, 6 wins by knockout, 15 by submission. 21 wins, 21 finishes. $144.4 for Daniel Pineda. Let's give it up for the featherweights. Mark Dickman versus Daniel Pineda. Next up in the women's flyweight division, 125 pounds, it's Kenya Miranda da Silva versus Emily-Cody. First to scale, all the way from Brazil. Please welcome Kenya Miranda da Silva. Pro record of 2-2, 1 win by knockout, 1 by submission. $126.8 for Kenya Miranda da Silva. And her opponent, fighting out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, please welcome Emily-Cody. A record of 3-1, 1 win by submission. $124.9 for Emily-Cody. Let's give it up for the ladies. Kenya Miranda da Silva versus Emily-Cody. Moving up the scale to the welterweight division, 170 pounds, it's Waylon Brunstrop versus Garrett Scott. First to scale, fighting out of Austin, Texas. Please welcome Waylon Brunstrop. Making his pro debut. I have that same underwear. Not even weird. 168.9, see their good luck for Waylon Brunstrup. His opponent, fighting out of Austin, Texas, please welcome Garrett Scott. A record of 1-0 as a pro. 169.7 for Garrett Scott. The welterweights, Waylon Brunstrop versus Garrett Scott. Give him a hand. Moving down the scale to the featherweight division, 145 pounds, it's Jose Guerra versus Matt Mazurek. First to the scale, fighting out of San Antonio, Texas. Please welcome Jose Guerra. $145 on the dot for Jose Guerra. And his opponent, fighting out of Austin, Texas, please welcome Matt Mazurek. $146 even for Matt Mazurek. Give it up for the featherweights, Jose Guerra versus Matt Mazurek. Our next fight, also in the featherweight division, 145 pounds. It's Ray Trujillo versus Deuce King. First to the scale, fighting out of Houston, Texas. Please welcome Ray Trujillo. $153.4 for Ray Trujillo. And his opponent, fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, please welcome Deuce King. $150 even for Deuce King. Let's get up for Ray Trujillo and Deuce King, ladies and gentlemen. And our final preliminary fight in the lightweight division, 155 pounds, it's Warren Stewart versus Nick Gonzales. First to scale, fighting out of Austin, Texas. Please welcome Warren Stewart. $151.7 for Warren Stewart. And his opponent, also out of Austin, Texas, please welcome Nick Gonzales. 158.8 for Nick Gonzales. Let's give it up to the lightweights. Our final preliminary fight, Warren Stewart versus Nick Gonzales. Now on to the televised portion of our show. Of course, check us out on Spike TV. We start out in the lightweight division, 155 pounds. Jamil Chan versus Derek Compos, first to scale all the way from the Netherlands. Please welcome Jamil Chan. Record of 12-2, 9 wins by knockout, 1 by submission. $156 on the dot for Jamil Chan. Jamil, your Bellator debut, an incredible knockout. Now you're fighting a guy in his hometown. Is the finish the same?
Hey man, I've been training hard, and tomorrow I'm ready to leave everything in the cage.
And his opponent fighting out of Lubbock, Texas. Please welcome Derek Comples. Record of 16-6, 5 wins by knockout, 5 by submission. $155.1 for Derek Compos. Derek, you said at this point in my career, I want all the tough guys. I want all the hungry guys. I want all the young guys. That one in front of you for tomorrow night. What happens to him?
Yes, Jamil is definitely going to be a tough opponent, and tomorrow, though, I look for the victory.
They'll be kicking it off for us. 2 motivated lightweights, Jamil Chan versus Derek Compos. Give it up for him. And next up, a women's MMA fight, catchweight, 130 pounds, Vada Arteaga versus Anastasia Yankova, first to scale, fighting out of Boise, Idaho, Vada Arteaga. Record of 2-0, she stands 5'4". $130.4 for Vada Arteaga. Last time I saw you in the Bellator cage, what struck me was your intensity, the way you started, the way you finished. Is it the same tomorrow night?
Yes, I'm really excited to perform and have some fun.
And her opponent all the way from Moscow, Russia, please welcome Anastasia Yankova. Undefeated at 3-0, all of those wins by submission. $131 even for Anastasia Yankova. What you talked about when we asked you about this fight, you talked about how hard you trained and how aggressive you were going to be. What does that mean for the fans tomorrow night?
Tomorrow I will fight first time in America with American girl, and for sure, I understand a lot of people will support American Girl, I know, but I hope, guys, I hope you will support me too, and see you tomorrow.
Let's give it up for the ladies. Vada Arteaga versus Anastasia Yankova. Have fans already, apparently. And next up, the bantamweights, 135 pounds. It's Serwan Kakai versus Joe Warren. First to the scale, all the way from Sweden. Please welcome Serwan Kakai. A record of 12-4, 4 wins by knockout, 6 by submission. $135.8 for Serwan Kakai. The opportunity in front of you, Joe Warren, a former champ, a big name in Bellator. You know a win over him puts you right where you want to be. How do you make the most of that tomorrow night?
Just bring it and put the pressure on early.
And his opponent, fighting out of Monument, Colorado, please welcome the baddest man on the planet, Joe Warren. Former Bellator bantamweight champion, a record of 13-5, 3 wins by knockout, 1 by submission. 135.4 for Joe Warren. Joe, the man you beat holds the belt. It's a wide open division. Exactly the kind of opportunity you love. What does that mean for Serwan Kakai tomorrow night?
The baddest man is back with a vengeance, so make sure you tune in live tomorrow night. We're going to shut this big guy's mouth, and we're excited to get back in this cage. I'm fired up, ready for war, baby.
Don't miss it at 135, Serwan Kakai versus Joe Warren, ladies and gentlemen. And our main event of the evening in the heavyweight division, 265 pounds, Tony Johnson versus Cheick Kongo. First to the scale, fighting out of Nashville, Tennessee. Please welcome Tony Johnson. Record of 10-2 as a pro, 5 wins by knockout. $264 even for Tony Johnson. Tony, you talked about the struggle you put in on the mat, in the cage, in training. Biggest opportunity and opponent of your career in the heavyweight division. How do you make the most of it tomorrow night against Cheick Kongo?
First of all, I'm excited about fighting him. He's a legend. Man, I got to go in there and put it on him, man. I'm going to go and put it on him. I'm not taking any mercy. It's going to be a great fight tomorrow. Watch.
And his opponent, all the way from Paris, France, please welcome Cheick Kongo. Record of 24, 10-2, 12 wins by knockout, 4 by submission. $237.5 for Cheick Kongo. Cheick, you heard what Tony Johnson said. He says you're a legend, but he's going to put it on you. All the young guys want your name in their victory list. How do you welcome Tony Johnson to your win list tomorrow night?
So it's going to be interesting for tomorrow night, and for the blessing I got to be a fighter at 41 years old, it will be a statement. So for myself, just going to put the darkness everywhere and make everybody happy at the time.
Be a great main event in the heavyweight division. Tony the Hulk Johnson versus Cheick Kongo. Give it up for him. Thank you so much, Austin. We'll see you at the fights tomorrow night.
Jimmy Smith, thank you very much. Hey, for all that have joined us and on the live stream as well, we thank you. Tickets available, by the way, at the HEB Center, box office, and at Ticketmaster.com. Doors open at 5:30. First fight, 5:50. Live on Spike as Miller Lite presents Bellator MMA tomorrow night, 8 o'clock local time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you there.